Okay. Brilliant. Well, welcome everybody to a workshop on archaeological data management planning. My name is Rebecca Roberts, which is probably not the name that you've been receiving emails from, and unfortunately Azadeh, who's organised and designed the whole workshop, is unwell today, so she's unable to lead. So I'm going to be chairing the workshop, but with apologies for any stutters in the organisation. That we have Azadeh's put together a fantastic programme, and I'll do my best to deliver it to you all. So this is the fifth workshop, which has been organised and hosted by the Mapping Archaeological Heritage in South Asia MAHSA project and the Mapping Africa's Endangered Archaeological Sites and Monuments MAEASaM projects. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for your time. And we hope that this fifth in the series of online workshops will provide an opportunity for us all to re-engage and reconnect. So I'm Rebecca Roberts, I'm the project coordinator for the MAHSA project, and I'm very happy that I'm here to host you today. And we also have team members from the MAHSA project and from the MAEASaM project who are going to be assisting in some of the activities we're doing today and delivering some of our talks. So just a reminder that we are recording this workshop, and we'll also take a few screenshots of the Zoom screen just to share on our social media. So if you have any objections to that, please do let us know. We'll make sure that your name or image is not included. So just to open the workshop, I'd like to invite the principal investigator of the MAHSA project, Professor Cameron Petrie, to give us a brief introduction, and then we'll get started with our speakers.
Thank you so much, Rebecca, and hello to everybody. I recognise that we're all in different places and different time zones, and it's so fabulous to be able to see many of you and see a lot of familiar names for those who haven't got their cameras on. It's really exciting to have the opportunity to be a part of this sort of workshop that gives us the opportunity to share some of the things that we've been learning, and to speak with many collaborators and prospective collaborators about some of the principles of digital data management that are underpinning a lot of archaeological practices that are going forward. I have to say, in my own experience, one of the things I've become very conscious of is the continual accumulation of new data as an archaeologist, and the way that has shifted from information that was traditionally collected with pen and paper and drawings and pencils, and shifting towards increasing use of digital technology and digital resources. But all of this has implications for digital data storage, digital data access, and the way that we actually engage in research and collaboration. So it's really great to see so many of you here. I don't want to speak for too much longer, but yes, I'd just like to say, I know that Azadeh was looking forward to being able to lead the day today, but she's unfortunately unable to join us. But I know that you'll hear from her again soon. And yeah, I'd just like to thank all of you for joining us now. Thank you especially to the speakers who have agreed to join us. And yeah, just like to pass on my thanks as the sort of person at the front end of the one end at the front end of the MAHSA project. But thank you very much.
Thank you, Cameron. So today's session, we will be talking about archaeological data collection, reuse, data accessibility and security, and how we do this along fair and care principles, which will be explained very shortly by our first speakers. So as archaeologists, we work with data, either digital or digitized or not digital and on paper, for example, and we work as researchers, as archaeologists, heritage professionals, organisations, and we need to make sure that our data and that our data sets are recorded, handled and managed and stored in a responsible way, and also in a sustainable way in the long term. So the questions and topics we'll be thinking about today are: what data do we collect and analyse? How do we use data? How do we use it during our project? How do we use it at the end of our project and long into the future? And what methods and standards can we use in data collection? Will the data be made open access, or how will it be shared if it's going to be shared? And how and where will data be stored? What kind of repository, what storage space will be used, and how will it be disseminated? Will it be published in academic journals? Will there be public engagement documents that people can read, news articles, for example? And then thinking into the long term, how do we archive data and preserve it long term? So these are all the questions that we're going to be covering in the topics today. So I've sent the link to the programme in the chat, which you can see on the Google Drive, and I think you've been emailed it as well. So you can see the format. We're going to have a few talks at the beginning of the session, and then we're going to have a practical exercise, which we will divide up into separate rooms to do practical exercises, and you'll have a chance to actively engage with some of these data management questions. Then we'll come back into the room together for some case studies from the MAHSA project and from the MAEASaM project. And then we'll have a final wrap-up talk as well about longer-term data preservation and storage. So we've got quite a lot to cover in the session, but hopefully this will give you a good overview and some practical examples about data management. The recording of this session will then go on our YouTube channel, so you will have the chance to be able to watch the recording back again in case you missed anything, and the practical exercises will be available to be shared. I'm just sharing the YouTube channel there, which you can subscribe to.